Hello, dear students. I welcome all of you to this sixth lecture or sixth video on functions of C. Well, in the previous video, we saw two types of functions which return a value and functions which do not return a value. And functions which do not return a value are called void functions, or they have return type as void. So this video is about what is a void function and what is the use of void function, in which situations shall we write a void function. So for explaining this, I have written a very fundamental and very simple program. As a teacher, I always feel that you can learn best out of the things by learning very simple code. You just don't need any extraordinary code to learn the fundamentals. So what we want is, we want to write a program which will print the following output. You just check, this is the output we want. Okay, so the output that we want here, the output we want is just a line of dashes, some dashes we want to print on the screen. Let's say we want 80 dashes like this on one line. Then on the next line, we want to print welcome message. And then we again want the same line 80 dashes, same line of 80 dashes again. And then 2C, and then again 80 dashes. So in short, we have got three lines which are copies of each other. Line of 80 dashes, then again on third line of 80 dashes, again on fifth line of 80 dashes. Let's say I don't know anything about void function for some time, and I write a main program like this. I simply give a printf, as you see this printf, in which inside the quotation I have literally given 80 dashes. Just imagine these are 80 dashes. So this is going to print the necessary line, isn't it? Line of 80 dashes. And then next line is printing welcome, next line is printing line of 80 dashes again, and then 2C and line of 80 dashes. Okay, but this program is printing the desired output, but this is of no use, because what if I had such line of 80 dashes to be given 10 times on my screen? Then it would be really cumbersome, really difficult for a programmer to write such a printf statement, which is printing line of 80 dashes 10 times. And really it is very boring to hit dash 80 times on the keyboard. Do we have any better solution instead of writing such long printf statements? Definitely we have. That's the topic we are learning, functions. How about writing a function which whenever called will print line of 80 dashes? So let's see how to improve this code. What is the idea is, in my program initially I will write a void function. Trust me, I will tell you why the function is void here. But I will write void draw. Let's name the function as draw, and the function does not have any parameter. Inside this function, I will put printf, and that long line of 80 dashes. Imagine these are 80 dashes and backslash n to produce a new line. And here ends my function. Now this is a void function, and in the earlier video I told you that I said that void functions should not have a return statement in the program. Now let's come to main. Main is written below draw. In main, what is our intention? First things first, we want line of 80 dashes. So I will call the function draw. This is the function call. Then I will put printf to print welcome message. That will be followed by again a call to draw. This will again print line of 80 dashes, and then printf to see. What follows this is again a call to draw. Now if you compare this code with the earlier code, if you compare this code with the code we wrote before this, this latter code that I have written is much more neater, because I have not written that long printfs 3 times. Now let's elaborate on this draw function. Whenever this draw function is called, our intention is we simply want to print 80 dashes. So you just question out yourselves, is draw function calculating something? Is it finding some answer that it should return? Should it return something? No question about it. There is no value that draw can return because it is not finding any answer. It is just meant for printing line of 80 dashes. That gives you a situation where draw will do its work faithfully. Obediently, it will draw line of 80 dashes, but the function will be void. It will do its work, but do not return any answer because we don't have any answer. The second thing is the draw function over here does not have any parameter. You must have found that these brackets after the name of the function is left empty. But even if the brackets are empty, the rule in C is that you must write bracket. Let it be empty, but you have to write the bracket. But there is an absence of parameter here. Question out yourselves. What is the parameter that we should pass? The answer we will get is nothing. We should pass no value at all to the draw function. Why? Because whenever draw is called, look, this is the call to the function, isn't it? Whenever draw is called, it is known by draw, it is understood by this function that it should draw line of 80 dashes. Then where does the question of passing something come into picture here? Okay, at this point of time in the classroom, I always question out my students because there are some set of students who do not understand why the parameter is not passed here. Now let's say I ask somebody a question. The question is like this: tell me the square. I have purposely taken a pause here. Tell me the square. And I repeat, tell me the square. Now you are baffled, isn't it? What is this person talking about? Whose square? Whose square I am asking. So if I improve my question and if I ask you, give me the square of 4, okay, then you understand that you have to return 16. But you tell me what kind of function is square? Can I call square function without passing a value? If I don't pass a value to square, whose square shall you find? So you have to give parameter to such function square. Again, suppose I ask you, what is square root? But whose square root? So when I call the square root function, I must pass the value whose square root I want to find. But coming back to this draw function, draw is simply supposed to draw line of 80 dashes. Then there is no question of passing any value to draw. So the function becomes so easy. It doesn't return any answer. Draw is the function and it doesn't get any value. Now, coming back to main, look at the call to draw. How is draw called? Draw is called simply by its name, that is draw, and empty brackets. Empty brackets are followed. Empty brackets must be written. Although we are not passing any value, you must still write the empty brackets. Okay, I hope you have gone through my earlier videos. It is so important that you see the videos in sequence. In the very first video, we had written a line b is equal to square a. You remember how the square function was called? Square a. In the second video or third video, we had called max function as max a comma b, but this was m is equal to max a comma b. Now you watch this square function, this max function were functions which were returning some answer. Now come on, if the function returns some answer, then there should be some person on the left hand side, isn't it? Who will store that answer? How about calling square like this? You watch this place, square a. This is rubbish because square a is going to return some answer, but who is going to store that answer? We don't have anyone on the left hand side. So if a function returns a value, just as square function returns a value, you must store the value or utilize that value by storing the value in some variable. That's why we wrote b is equal to square a. But look at the call to draw function. Check this place. Draw is simply called without writing anything on the left hand side of the call, because draw is a void function and void functions do not return an answer. If there is no answer returned back to the draw call, then where does the question of writing some variable on the left hand side and storing the value come into picture? Whenever you see any function calls, without any variable waiting on the left hand side, you simply understand that it is a void function. And whenever you see any function call with some variable waiting on the left hand side to store some answer, you better understand that it is a non-void function. So in this example, we have seen a very simple function called draw, which is a void function. And I hope you have understood the circumstances the situation in which you will require a void function. Thank you very much.